A large content creator on multiple platforms is using his massive fan base to falsely accuse someone of pedophilia and destroy his life or ability to hold a job or make money, and the story is something special in more than one sense of the word. Let me preface this video by stating that my involvement in this subject is strictly from a third-party perspective, and beyond my involvement with the specific matter, I know extremely little about pretty much all parties involved. So, what the fuck am I talking about? Well, a content creator by the name of Kennel Joseph, or Eugene, or whatever the fuck he wants to call himself, uploaded a video on August the 1st of 2022 where he attended a convention attempting to be charismatic and funny, but instead he just comes off like an unoriginal cunt trying to catch a trend wave. Now, despite his nearly unwatchable antics, he makes the acquaintance of another individual known as Spirit. Now, Spirit is something else entirely. He sniffs panties, pays to get stepped on, and from here on out, he definitely stole the show.
Only thing we need to do, get case on a step on us. I'm so still those panties.
And it seems Kennel's viewers would agree. Fast forward, and it seems like Spirit's becoming a regular character on the Kennel videos, as requested by the fans.
You guys kept bugging me. You guys want him back on the channel. If you don't know who it is, you're living under a rock, my guy. You're living under a rock. We're about to go pick up him right now, and if you don't know who I'm talking about, you're about to see.
The Fishmobile.
Spirit!
So, fast forward once more to 1 month ago when Kennel released a video on his second channel, Eugene Dingleberry, to expose Spirit as a pedophile, in which he provides screenshots via Spirit's messages with a supposed underage girl. Throughout the video and within the messages, the girl repeatedly claims to be 19 years of age and a fully consenting adult, to which Kennel states,
Chat, I'm gonna be honest. This girl's not 19 years old, bro. This girl's not 19 years old. I confirmed it, bro.
and will continue to reiterate throughout the video. Now, from the messages, it seems the female in question is telling Spirit that she's ended a relationship with her current boyfriend and wants to start dating Spirit, to which Spirit appears to be uncomfortable as well as uncertain on how to proceed. From not knowing how to react to being excited, even nervous, and especially cautious. Now, if this seems odd for someone to appear nervous or like they're doing something wrong when it's two fully consenting adults discussing a romantic relationship, let me fill you in. Spirit, at the time, was 29 years of age, with a 10-year age gap on the girl. On top of that, it seems Kennel and his people have been reaching out to Spirit on multiple occasions, telling him that people are out to get him and Kennel and will attempt to expose Spirit as a creep. Obviously, if someone is messaging you online and attempting to get close to you, it may be concerning, especially when you know people are out to get you. But it may be difficult to pass up on an opportunity at a romantic endeavor if someone seems genuine or sincere. But, considering the age gap, it appears Spirit felt uncomfortable, and I would imagine a bit of guilt if he felt that he was taking advantage of someone that may only be interested in his newly established name. Either way, though, it seems Spirit had cut ties with the woman and moved on. So, throughout the video, Kennel continues to hype that this completely unusual but still acceptable conversation is completely inappropriate because he knows she's a minor. All led up to by his big reveal near the end where he says,
But I 100% know this girl was not 19, bro. I seen the picture of her, bro. She does not look 19, bro.
Yep, that's it. That's the context. What pictures exactly? Maybe we should be taking a look at your hard drive. He never goes on to provide any more evidence in this video, yet still titled it being a PDF file. The response was abysmal, with several of Kennel's fans coming to Spirit's defense, saying that the conversation wasn't illegal because, once again, 19 is over the age of consent. I mean, you can call it weird, you can call it odd, or even creepy because of the age gap, but if we don't recognize our laws, we could just as easily start throwing any meaning behind the term pedophile. They're already attempting to rebrand with maps and to hide behind other communities attempting to be accepted for what they are. If we continue to let this word be twisted with every iteration, regardless of context, just imagine what that word will mean in a few years from now. And to be accused of such a crime for something that is completely deemed legal in the eyes of the law could cause irreversible damage to one's reputation or livelihood. But moving on, because as of the 23rd, Kennel has uploaded a follow-up video in which he interviews the girl in question, during which she claims to have been 15 at the time, now 17. She states that her and her friend watched a few of Kennel's videos and saw Spirit and thought he was funny, so she reached out to him on Instagram, attempting to flirt, as she admits she was just being a troll. She claims that she had informed Spirit of her age during their first video call interaction, but he dismissed her and wouldn't believe her, so she made up the claim that she was 19 and ran with it for the entire time. She claims that she also informed him later in another video call that she was in fact underage, but due to Spirit blocking her on Instagram, is unable to access any proof or provide anything for her claim. Also, Spirit claimed that she showed him her college ID, proving that she may actually be 19, but deleted it to avoid running the risk of getting her doxxed. So that's still nothing to go on, but I thought I should mention it. Also, in this video, Cannell and the girl claim that Spirit doxed her by leaking her phone number. They've provided no proof of this as well, and Spirit denies it, which would fit in line with him avoiding her doxing. But all still hearsay, so I digress. Meanwhile, Spirit has plenty of evidence to back up what he stated about the conversation. To most people who were close to the situation or just a silent observer through all of this, it seems like they were planning on setting Spirit up all along, and when it inevitably happened, Cannell decided to quickly distance himself from Spirit in attempts to avoid tarnishing his name. But here's some information I left out. I've been in contact with Spirit, and from all the encounters that I've had with him, it seems that he truly believed that himself and Cannell were the best of friends. Two strangers swept up together by fate and given the opportunity to make great content together in hopes of dominating YouTube. In fact, to what I can make of Cannell's fan base, they would probably agree, but I don't see Cannell as any sort of friend. He's an opportunist, and he found someone that he knew how to hold the audience's attention. From his crazy one-liners to his fun and outgoing characteristics to his wear his heart on his sleeve personality. He, for a lack of better words, found a cash cow. And boy, did he milk him.
He just nutted off of just beating fucking wood.
Yeah, that is typically how that works. And either because Spirit wasn't pushing the same views for his channel, or for extra clout, or maybe just because he got tired of Spirit, he let his friend fall under the bus, and instead of picking him back up, coming to his defense, or helping him make better choices, he decided to milk the cash cow a few more times, discarding him in the process. Now, as I stated before, Cannell claims himself and others tried to warn him about this newfound success. Cannell claims to have set Spirit up with a YouTube channel and was helping him make it big, despite Spirit having only 2,000 subscribers, as well as the channel existing and being uploaded to prior to when they had actually met. Considering Cannell boasts between 2 to 4 million subscribers across his 5 channels, you would think that a link to Spirit's account or a recommendation to check him out might be something that he would do for a friend, but although I may be wrong, I have yet to see any promotion Cannell has even really done for Spirit.
Cannell claims himself and others have reached out to Spirit to stop him from getting catfished or trolled or exposed, and time again, Spirit wouldn't listen, even though it seems more than likely Cannell is just more worried about himself rather than Spirit. But considering the numerous times he claims Spirit was warned or was caught talking to someone that he shouldn't be, they've never provided any proof of that either. Just baseless claims to back up their narrative that he was always a risk, and considering the subject in question seems to be an underage troll posing as a 19-year-old and never once identifying herself otherwise in conversation, and how quickly Cannell distanced himself from the situation, it would be easy to believe that Cannell cares more about his reputation rather than a friendship. Another thing to take into account is the beginning of Cannell's interview video, in which he reads through some of his comments that are defending Spirit, where he says,
Even though it's legal, if you have to use the law to legitimize and like make something okay, don't y'all think it's weird either way?
Now, if that's the case, we are once again overlooking the legal system and why those rules were set in place to begin with, turning our noses up to it because it seems weird. So what the hell is this, Cannell?
I'm about to f the whole squad right now. Right here, you, come in Cabo, let's go.
For context purposes, this is a video Cannell released to his second channel, Eugene Dingleberry, just last week, in which he meets up with a 28-year-old and takes her on a date around town to various places and either allows or encourages, depending on how you look at it, one of his team members to flirt and get extremely close to the woman. This team member is
19.
Oh my God, he can't even drink.
Now, most people would look at this as a silly skit, and I would agree that we have to be able to separate jokes from reality. But even considering I tell jokes, and I don't believe any joke should be off the table, I still wouldn't be able to bring myself to joke about something I'm not comfortable with. And although I might not tell a certain joke, I'll argue anyone's right to tell the same joke or for anyone else to find it funny, because comedy is subjective. But if you stand this heavily against a 10-year age gap, it's really strange to think that you're so comfortable joking about it and putting it online for your viewers to see. Anyways, all of this brings me to one other thing that I want to mention that I think you guys might find incredibly interesting. So myself and Konosuke, who you may recognize from previous collabs that we've done together, spoke to Spirit at length, and we recommended Spirit upload a video to tell his side of the story and get ahead of this, despite his hurt feelings and not wanting to add more fuel to the fire. He gave me some insight into his and Canal's friendship and working relationship, and although he is a bit eccentric, he mentioned something that caught my attention. He said that others in Canal's community have also been hit with pedophile accusations. Supposedly, his at-the-time cameraman Joshua Berry, which Canal had to fire, prompting him to end his menace across America, whatever the fuck that is, due to losing his cameraman. Now, I've read conflicting beliefs and reports that he's been spotted in a recent Canal video, or even that he was rehired altogether, but regardless, I can't seem to find that Canal's exposed video on Joshua. That's interesting. And if there's anyone else like this in his community, he doesn't seem to have any desire to make any clout off of them or make a public disassociation from these people. It's almost as though he's sweeping it under the rug. Now, this is all speculation, but I find it completely possible that if he wants to keep actual pedophiles under lock and key, but expose a friend for talking to who he assumed was a 19-year-old, it's very possible that this may be an excuse to cover up an even larger story, especially if rumors are to be believed that this Joshua has appeared in a recent video or has been hired again. Either way, despite not knowing Spirit outside of this video, I think it's pretty shitty to tarnish someone's name like this by outright calling him a pedophile, especially when all of your evidence says otherwise and your victim in this situation has nothing to back up any of your claims. It's unfathomably stupid that he would release this video with this title and then double down on that claim later, especially if he has actual pedophiles in his midst. But in all of this, we've accused Canal of being a shitty friend and showed where his loyalties lie. He was never Spirit's friend. He benefited off of him and never even gave a shout out. And when he finally ran his course, Canal threw him under the bus. And from what I can tell, Spirit's more broken up about the fact that he was used more than he even cares about the accusations. If it wasn't for encouragement from the wacky server and myself, he may have never even made a video, stood his ground, or attempted to hire a lawyer to defend these accusations levied against him. And if everything you've heard hasn't yet convinced you to take an interest or hear Spirit out, take into consideration the wacky server. They don't like Spirit. In fact, they hate him. And the feeling is mutual. Ask anyone there and you're going to hear nothing but mockery and shit talking about Spirit. But despite all of that, they know that Spirit's been done wrong, and they're doing what they can to help him defend himself. But it's up to him if he wants to see this through. I heard about this story through a good friend and fellow creator, Konosuke, and I've been working directly with Kono, the wacky server, and Spirit to put all the facts together and make this video. As of right now, Spirit has a GoFundMe to help pay for a lawyer, which I will link in the description, along with Spirit's video, in his own words, and his Google Doc with all the evidence to prove his innocence. I implore you, if this story has struck any interest at all, that you do your own research. Don't take my word for it, or Spirit's, or Canal's. Read the document and decide for yourself who's in the right. Afterwards, share the story around. Of course, you can like and share this video and go to Spirit's page and like and comment and share and support him that way. But even if you can just share the story on your own social media and make sure that you link his GoFundMe, that would go a long way to help the dude. Even if you don't believe the story up to this point or don't know what to think, I challenge you to donate to his GoFundMe and let him prove his innocence in a court of law. Either way, I thank you for watching. Hopefully you will go and support Spirit, or at least look into it. Consider leaving him a like or a subscription and share the story, and you could even leave a comment of support. But maybe avoid direct messages, as he's told me that he's been really uneasy about chatting with anyone at this point. Thank you guys so much, but until next time, be well.
Yeah, I got kicked out of Anime North, nigga, cause I tried to fuck Jamie Monkey's asshole. Yeah, I got kicked out of Anime North, trying to fuck Jamie Monkey's ass, and then I broke my chair. God damn it! Fuck you, goddamn motherfuckers!